first of all, can you just describe where we've got up to today with the letter being issued?
Well, Stoke-on-Trent politically is a bit of a mishmash, and the Government's Commission came in to do a review of Stoke-on-Trent politics and decided to come up with 14 main recommendations. The first recommendation is that you move to 4-yearly all-out elections. Unfortunately, the City Council, when it came to the vote, were completely tied on that. And subsequently now, the City Mayor, Mark Meredith, who's the elected mayor, has now written to the Home Office Minister Hazel Blears to ask the government to intervene and force the city to 4-yearly all-out elections.
So what would all-out elections mean for Stoke-on-Trent?
Well, instead of election by thirds, where there's 60 councillors in Stoke-on-Trent, so every year 20 are elected, and there's a gap year. Effectively, that will mean the end of that system, and we will move to one single election every 4 years for every member of the council.
And in terms of an advantage for people going out and voting, is it going to be cheaper for the council to run, or is it going to be more profitable?
It'll definitely save money, Tommy. There's no question that there will be a financial saving. Some people say that effectively it could rule out people who've just turned to 18 voting. If there's an election just before they turn to 18, they don't get the chance to vote until they're nearly 22 years of age. So there's a downside. There's pros and cons, but I think it's the way that most modern cities need to go now, and that's also, touches on another part of the review: is do you really need 3-member wards in every ward? Can you drop it down to single-member wards? And probably single-member wards mean higher paid councillors, which means that the whole idea of becoming a councillor becomes rather more inclusive.
So why were some parties, including the BNP, against going out for all-out elections?
Difficult to say. I think in this city, with there being a coalition, there's 60 councillors and no party's got overall control. So there's a coalition between the Liberal Democrats, Labour Party and the Conservative Party, which effectively means that the other parties, which are the BNP, who have 9, and the Independents, who have something like 15 councillors, all actually vote together, which caused the stalemate at the votes last month when it was a completely tied vote.
So this was nothing to do with Labour clinging on for power, as the BNP said?
I don't think Labour can cling to power because they're not in power. They've got the elected mayor position at the moment, but when the elected mayor goes in June, I don't think that the Labour Party is big enough or strong enough to take 31 majority. As it stands at the minute, the first council leader will come from a coalition party. Of that, I'm pretty sure, unless the coalition split and then the independents step in through the back door, which means that you could end up with a BNP leader or an independent leader.
Is that part of the problem, that the elected mayor position's going, and therefore it's Stoke-on-Trent as a city is trying to find which way it can go?
Well, I think Stoke-on-Trent as an electorate has decided that the elected mayor system is no longer wanted in this city. But until the next elections come along, which is due to be in 2010, but could possibly go till 2011, the leader is going to come from somebody that is a councillor at this moment in time. Labour have got 16 councillors, so therefore they need support of other parties. Unless they've got the support of other parties, they can't put up a leader. And it may well be that if Labour come out of the coalition, which there's every possibility they will do, they might not support a coalition leader unless it's a Labour leader. That means they come out of the coalition. That might just open the door for the independents and the BNP.
And this has caused a lot of comments on your website, PitsnPots.
It's caused a massive amount of interest on PitsnPots. There's a lot of people interested in politics. Stoke-on-Trent's got a bit of a bad reputation for not being interested in politics. I can tell you politics in this city are alive and kicking. Anybody that reads PitsnPots can see that. But it's a very, very diverse range of views and comments that are being left. There's BNP supporters and anti-BNP supporters, there's coalition supporters, there's anti-coalition supporters. It all makes for great debate on a website. Unfortunately, in the eyes of the rest of the country, it makes us look as if we've not got any clear-cut vision in the city, which I think we're just in a transition period, and I think that we're finding our feet and finding out what's the best way to run this city.